Hello, Flock members. Bad Raven here with another review today or tonight. I've got to do a review, and I guess you know by the title on the video of this, it's going to be about the cult of Chucky. I don't know if you know, my son is a big fan of Chucky, and I kind of like some of the movies. I like part 1, part 2, 3, and the 6th one. And we were really looking forward to this one for the past, I guess it's been about a year since they said they were going to make this one. And we was kind of disappointed it wasn't going to be a theatrical release. We didn't understand why. I think I found out tonight why. We were looking forward to this, and they said it was going to be on Netflix. So we thought, well, great, we don't have to rent it. We fired up the Netflix box and invited my niece over to watch it. She hasn't watched a lot of Chucky movies, so this was going to be her big introduction to Chucky movies. Well, she got introduced to it really well. All right, where to start with this? To say I don't like this movie would be say you're correct. First off, I'm going to say the cast of the movie. We have Fiona Dorff. She played Nika Pierce. She's the daughter of Brad Dorff, which is the voice of Chucky. He's back for the voice of Chucky in this also. You got Alison Dawn Doran as Rachel, and Alex Vinson is back. He's not been in several of the movies, so he's Andy in the first, played Andy in the first 2 movies, Andy Barclay, and he's back for this one. When I watched this movie, like I said, I was really looking forward to a good movie. And I don't know what kind of budget they had on this movie, but it looked very low budget, as my son Andrew mentioned. My mind is so spinning here with hatred for this movie right now. But it does not live up to any expectation I had. It's not even, the 6th one, The Curse of Chucky, I actually got back into the series again. I mean, after the 4 and 5, where they had the Bride of Chucky and the Son of Chucky and all that, I didn't like it all. So when they went back with The Curse, I thought they were going back to the roots, and this one was going to be a follow-up of that. Which it is. It follows the girl in the movie, Nika. She's been put in an insane asylum. And I thought, well, and I heard that Andy was going to be back for this movie, so I thought, great, this is going to be a really kick-butt movie. Well, she's in the nut house, but we find her in an all-white, sparkling place, a hospital, you could call it, and it just, I don't know, I felt like I was in the insane asylum because it was just so strange. Everybody in it acted so strangely in it. That she meets characters at the beginning of the movie. The woman meets a guy and is already doing her thing with him, and within 2 seconds, didn't even know the guy's name. And we're seeing a scene in it where she is making out. And I mean, well, beyond making out, but they're doing stuff. And I'm like, I understand she's been in an insane asylum for a while. Maybe she's wild and crazy, but it just set the tone. Like I told my niece, it set the tone for the whole movie. It was just like, didn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense why that was put in there. Just for shock value, I don't know what they were doing. But anyway, that starts out with that scene, and then you meet all the other people in the crazy house, and they're just as crazy as she is, and the staff is crazy. And they don't have video cameras in this place. Why don't they have video cameras in this place? Why would you have a nut house, basically, and not know who's coming in doing all this stuff? You just basically, it's supposed to be a place where they don't need all this security. These people are whack jobs. I would not let them out anywhere. I wouldn't think. They got locks on the doors, but anyway, her psychologist is trying to help her with her problems. They show her at the beginning of the movie being electrical shock. I mean, that fries your brain as it is. I don't know how that's helping her with her. I don't know if she remembers anything at all. And that's why probably she's kind of remembers stuff and like doesn't know what's going on, because I didn't know what was going on. I was watching the movie. And I was like, when is all this going to come together? Because you see kind of Andy in at the beginning of it with his supposed girlfriend, and she finds out he's like the Andy from the original movies where he's had all these murders in his life, and she breaks up with him. And he goes home and he gets, by the way, it's a spoiler review, I'm sorry. He gets Chucky's head out of the safe and it's talking to him with his brains blowed out. Who wrote this movie? And he's like torturing the head with like a flame. And I'm like, how does this play with her in the movie? So they kind of like set him on the back burner, and then they go into the big psychological part of this movie. And Chucky's, of course, they bring a doll in. The doctor brings a doll in to their, what do you call it, group, where he gets all the nuts together. And he puts them out there, and and they talk about their problem. And he brings a Chucky doll in. Something that she's had a problem with her whole life, and brings it in there and like to face their fears? What? I don't understand what they're doing there. And all the other people are whack jobs too, so I don't know. He gets loose, of course. Chucky gets loose. Nobody believes her, just like the other movie. They don't think she thinks she's crazy, and she just, she's doing all this stuff, and her in a wheelchair, she's doing all this stuff to these people. They have some gruesome kills in it that happen. They had some very disgusting stuff in there. I don't know how to get into, but they had some stuff. And Chucky's supposed to be living it up. And that doll, it looks horrible. The ones I saw in the other, I hate to say the 80s, the way they animated him in the 80s looked a lot better than this, and this is 2017, people. He looked like a little frog standing there on a still. I don't know what, he walked crazy. He walked like he was pigeon-toed, and he just and he would do his little ribbit frog voice, and I love Chucky. I loved all his other movies. He was kind of menacing in some of the first couple, but I mean, he didn't even have the one-liners in this. His one-liners were very lame, people, very lame, and the writing was. They had a graveyard at this nut house. They buried Chucky in the graveyard. I don't understand it. And Chucky was able to jump out of bodies. He was able to go into human bodies. He was going in other Chucky dolls. There was at least 3 or 4 Chucky dolls. And for some reason, Andy sees that she's in this nut house and that Chucky is there, and he can't believe because he's got Chucky's head in a safe. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go down to where she's at, and I'm going to mail a Chucky to me there. He gets put into the mental asylum just so he's supposed to save her. They stick him in a isolation type room, and you never hear from him till the very end of the movie. And they take over the other Chuckies, the cult of the other Chuckies, take over his little short-haired Chucky doll and send him in there, and he fights his own doll that he had at the cabin. Why did he send it there to fight with it? What is that about, people? And he uses 20 bullets on this doll with a gun that only holds 6. He shoots it like 70 times, and then he has no bullets to kill anybody else, of course. And he gets locked in because Chucky done jumped out of his body into the Nika's, the woman with no. And apparently, when you jump into somebody's body that can't walk, you can walk. You all of a sudden be able to walk. I guess Chucky could do back surgery. I don't know. But he's able to walk in her body. So he just prances out of the place after he kills everybody there. Leaves poor Andy, gets to take the fall. He goes outside, meets up with Jennifer Tilly. They bring her back. And some reason, the girl, Lucy, from the part 6 is in the back in the body of the bride of Chucky. What? And they laugh and then they pull out. And I feel like I've had an hour and a half taken away from my life. I don't understand. I didn't understand this movie. If you understand it, put it in the comments, because I sure in the heck didn't understand it. I mean, everybody likes different stuff. I understand. Everybody likes all different types of movies. I didn't like this movie. If you liked it, that's your thing. I didn't like this movie. It was very poorly written, very poorly acted. I didn't think any of the acting was on par with the movie, and I guess that's why it got released on Netflix and stuff. I don't understand why they put Alex Vincent back in it as Andy. That was just a waste. He was in the first part of it and last part of it. Nothing. He did nothing to make the story go either way. I was waiting for something to happen. I was waiting for him to come in and annihilate all these Chuckies or something. Nothing. they just drive off, leave him behind. And I guess they're going to make another one with, I don't know. Just give me your thoughts of this movie. I don't even know if I could call it a movie. This bunch of scenes put together that had no continuity. I don't understand. I had to put this down while I was thinking of it because, I mean, I'm very disappointed. I was hoping for better, and they dropped the ball big time on this movie. So I just figured I would throw this review out there. I'd seen some stuff, and it was getting great. What was it on Rotten Tomatoes? Like 90-some% on Rotten Tomatoes. What does movies come to that people give this? Tell me what you think about it, and I'm going to let you go. And we appreciate you watching, even though this come back for another review of a movie I'd actually like. You might get a better vibe from me then. But right now, I guess I'm just totally disgusted right now. So I'm going to let you go, and we'll talk to you later. And remember, the Bad Raven is your friend, and we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.